Spoiler Sleepover is sponsored by Gore Clown Shop.
Do you love all things horror? Books? Movies? Podcasts? Of course you do. Well, come on down to goreclown.com.
Original artwork by an indie horror fan for indie horror fans.
Use code SLEEPOVER at checkout to save 15% on your whole purchase.
Oh, and did we mention? Gore Clown is the only place to get official Spoiler Sleepover merch.
So don't forget to use Sleepover to save 15%.
Stay indie, suckers!
Welcome, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends to Spoiler Sleepover, Season 3, the Season of Suffering. Suffer along with your co-hosts Jason, Michael, and Rob as they watch and review some of the worst films to ever hit the screen. Now, enjoy the show. It'll be a real scream of a time.
Jingle bells, Batman smells. Oh man, this is the best. Worst time of the year, best movie to watch to end the season. I accidentally got us sucked back in to more suffering for Winter Horrorland, so I apologize now. I think I've apologized the past two movies that have sucked the most. Dominic the Donkey Dick. See, I even kept it on brand. You see that? How awesome. Good for me.
God damn you.
Welcome back, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends, to Spoiler Sleepover. I am Rob.
I am Jason Michael.
And today we are going to be discussing one of the best, one of the greatest, one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies, and that is 2014's Krampus.
Yes. Welcome to the most divisive episode ever.
No, I was very excited to talk about this. Yeah, I'm still excited to talk about this. This is a great movie. I really wanted this season specifically for Winter Horrorland to only be movies we had never seen before. And Jason Michael was like, technically,
I did this.
I haven't seen this, but I have seen it, and I have a bad memory attached, and I kind of feel like I need to give this a proper shake. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to watch it anyway, because I watch it every year. And so, yeah.
You're welcome at the same time, then.
I watched it twice, because it's twice as nice.
Yeah, but also at the same point, we did justify the fact that it was the 10-year anniversary of the movie. So
yeah. Oh, I said 2014, didn't I? 2015. Sorry, it's 2015. Krampus. Good.
I honestly don't remember.
Lord, I just said 2014. I caught myself. Yeah. So it is the 10-year anniversary. I'm really happy that we're doing an anniversary movie for the final episode. And
final episode of Winter Horrorland.
Yeah, and if you are subscribed to our Patreon, I hope you enjoyed our special episode that we did over there. We really wanted to do something different, and that was our first ever episode of Jason Michael Gets Learnt. So much fun, and we kept it on brand. It was a Christmas movie. So
it's true. You should go check out patreon.com/spoiler sleepover podcast.
All right. Now, before we get into this spoiler, let's talk about a little what's been keeping you up at night. Jason Michael, what has been keeping you up at night?
So what's been keeping me up at night? Only one new thing, but I'll get the Christmas movies out of the way. I've been watching some of those. Jim Carrey's The Grinch, No Way Home, and of course Terrifier 3, as well as our Patreon exclusive Christmas episode that came out on Christmas Day. So if you have not subscribed to our Patreon, patreon.com/spoiler sleepover, you can go listen to the first episode of Jason Michael Gets Learnt about Silent Night, Deadly Night, 1984. Those are my Christmas movies. I watched a movie I talked about a while ago, then forgot the name of, and rented, and then forgot about it again, and then saw that it was expiring in 2 days. I watched Traumatica.
Oh! I still haven't seen it.
I mean, I'm not sure if I'm a fan. Mostly because, yes, I know it's called Traumatica, and it's meant to be about trauma and shit like that. Man, does it get more upsetting than horror, really? Like, there's some very explored topics and visuals on screen that it's like, I hate this a lot.
That was the pre-warning I got from Josh Levesque about it, was that it was like he had trouble categorizing it as horror. He said, I think this movie just exists to upset people.
Yeah, there was very little horror, but in a way it was kind of almost Evil Dead It Follows.
Okay, I'm here for that.
And I know that sounds like a really great here for it kind of thing. If it was done differently and or not in the context that it was done.
Okay.
Just if you decide to go watch it, which I'm sure you probably will.
Yeah.
You're going to be upset. You're going to be upset.
Fair enough.
Only other thing that I've been watching, because I miss it so much, and it was supposed to be a nice weekend, but it did just snow here in time for Christmas in New Hampshire. I was going to go play disc golf, so I've been watching the PDGA final match at Maple Hill in Worcester. And goddamn, I wish I was better at the sport.
Practice makes perfect.
You're not wrong, but watching people ace holes that I have done like 3 at best on, bastards. But that's what's been keeping me up at night. Rob, what about you?
I'll take what you just said in reverse. I'm still watching my sports. Let's go Steelers. Let's go Leafs. The Leafs actually just had a really good game beginning of the week. So yeah, it's been so far. I mean, the Leafs aren't doing great this season, but it's still fun to be watching hockey again. And the Steelers are still playing like the Steelers. They're still playing like it's hockey. They're down to fight anyone. Metcalf actually punched a fan in the face during the games. So yeah, it was a bit of a wild watch. I was like, oh, okay, great. I really like Metcalf. He's a beast, and he's definitely not one to be fucked with. And apparently he takes that rage to the stands as well. I don't condone it. I'm also kind of here for it. But other than that, I have kind of been binging movies that newer and not so new that I wanted to see, and then they like left my radar for some reason. I watched Strange Harvest, which was not what I was expecting, but I'm also not complaining. I did only give it 2 stars on Letterboxd. I had a really hard time giving a shit and keeping my attention on it. But yeah, I mean, it's a mockumentary, a fake documentary about a serial killer who's trying to do some sort of cult action with his killings. Obviously, it's not real, so they show all the gore from the killings, which was really cool. The practicals, all practical, obviously, but it was really well done to that point. It finds its way to teeter the line of reality too, which I thought was an interesting poll for it. Other than that, I mean, I talked to Dylan Brown shortly about it, and he said he really liked it. I didn't. So I was like, yeah, it's, because it's, I guess I would put it in the realm of found footage, seeing as it is like a fake documentary. I also finally watched Caught Stealing. I was really excited to see that one and wanted to see it in theaters, but yet again, New Hampshire sucks all of the fucking dick when it comes down to good movies, and either puts them in time slots where I can't make it or doesn't let them run long enough. So I did not get a chance to see that one in theaters, which I'm slightly bummed about, simply because Idols, one of my favorite bands, wrote a bunch of songs specifically for the movie, and those would have been really cool to hear like in a theater. At the same time, they released the songs on Spotify, so like I've heard the songs in my car, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah, I really liked it. They did a very interesting. They made a very interesting choice with the way they advertised the movie versus what the movie was or is, and it gives you like the trailer gives you Guy Ritchie feel. And part of the movie kind of has this like Guy Ritchie directorial styling of like, there's all of these moving parts and here's all these characters and this is how they all cross paths. But the movie was very, very serious, which I was not expecting. I also wasn't expecting to cry, which I did. I highly recommend. I gave it 4 stars only because I think that I went into it expecting light fun, like they're after money the whole time and it's going to be slapsticky and very Guy Ritchie. And instead it was just like, here's some real trauma that this main character has gone through and he's going to go through more. So if you haven't seen Caught Stealing, it's fuck Netflix, but it is streaming on Netflix currently. I highly recommend seeing it. It was really good. And a movie that I believe I brought up momentarily at one point in the past on here, I watched, and I was about 30 minutes into this movie's almost 3 hours long, but I was about 30 minutes into it, and I'm like, so much of this is reminding me of something else. And then I looked up who directed it and wrote it, and I was like, well, that's why. So I'm watching One Battle After Another with Leonardo DiCaprio and Sean Penn and Benicio del Toro. So I queued up the movie because I was like, fuck it, why not? I had no interest in seeing it because the first trailer that came out advertised it as one thing. And then it was also not called One Battle After Another. I saw a trailer and it was called something else. And the trailer was like advertised as like a comedy almost. And then they released another trailer and it was like months later and it was called One Battle After Another. And it was very serious. And I was just like, okay, I don't know what the tone of this movie is supposed to be, and I really don't fucking care anymore because you sold me on the first one, and now you're telling me it's this. I was like, I'm good. So I started watching it, and it's directed and written by Paul Thomas Anderson. And for those of you who don't know who he is, you've been living under a rock, apparently, but he wrote and directed one of my top favorite movies, 2 top favorite movies, actually, that I don't talk about like ever, but he wrote and directed Punch Drunk Love and There Will Be Blood. So if you've ever seen either of those movies and there's that heavy like stress inducing music and that heavy
people drinking milkshakes.
Yeah, but there's always just like that constant sense of dread that sits through both of those movies. This has the same thing, but this movie's almost 3 hours long. Like it's like 11 minutes short of 3 hours. So yeah, if you're down to feel like that for 3 hours, I highly recommend it. It's really fucking good. I've really enjoyed it. I'm glad I'm watching it at home. I watched it at home instead of in theaters, because 3 hours in a theater would have been grueling, not being able to pause to like take a pee because every scene is necessary for this. So but yeah, that's what's been keeping me up at night. Let us know what you've been watching recently, what you've been reading. Are you watching sports too? Do you suck at disc golf? Do you suck worse than Jason Michael so he can feel good about himself? Let us know.
Bitch, I bet the fuck not.
Now let's talk about those little squiggly tube-shaped things that are penetrating our ear holes directly into our brains on a daily basis. Our earworms.
Every time.
What have you been listening to this week?
Every fucking time. I just wonder, am I going to get a normal description or am I going to get the just continuing nonsensical Rob Zombie album title type? God damn you. All right.
I learned it from the best.
For me, it's been relatively a slow week in music. I've just been like kind of listening to my workout playlists and like Avenged Sevenfold, Trivium, Ghost, Whitechapel, things like that. But, and some of you might remember on our Instagram and Facebook, I posted a poll about, hey, do we like Jason Michael's drumming? And like the videos like that. And the response was yes.
Yes.
You're all too kind.
Yes.
You can hurt my feelings. It's okay.
No.
But I said I was going to do something a bit bigger. And since our live privileges have been revoked, instead, I will be working on a concert or a set list, if you will, to put up on Patreon as a whole. I've made a set list. It's like an hour and change. So try my best to keep it as flowy as possible, if you will. But like, I'm going to try and actually record the drums instead of just you hearing through speakers. So we'll see. But worst comes to worst, by the end of January on our Patreon, patreon.com/spoiler sleepover podcast, there will be Jason Michael drum concert. So there's some interesting songs on there. There's some songs you'd probably heard before or would expect. And then there's some that you would just go, really? But you're going to have to tune in to find out. But that has been my earworms. Rob, what about you?
I have been listening to / watching a podcast that Spotify and YouTube the same day both suggested to me. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll give this a go. This was just a couple weeks ago. It was actually suggested to me, but I've been like buckling down and trying to catch up with everything that's out. I've been listening to a podcast simply called The Cryptid Podcast.
Ooh.
It's really good if you're into listening to people's stories of encounters with cryptids. The host Dano is awesome, really nice guy, extremely respectful of people and their encounters, and he has, he tells some of his stories on there as well. But there are the occasional episodes where I start them and I'm like, yeah, I'm not entirely sure about this person. And then there are other ones where I'm like, well, they have like, some of the guests he has on, they have like video and photo and audio evidence to, Bigfoot. And a lot of the encounters are Bigfoot related. So I am a believer. I've had my own experiences, and so much so that I actually reached out to Dano, and I will be featured on an episode coming up at some point. So this wasn't me plugging the podcast so you could listen to my episode. This was me legitimately plugging the podcast. Dano is a genuinely nice dude, very kind, just very professional too. Like I really enjoyed talking to him. I love watching the episodes or listening to them, depending on where I am. So yeah, check out the Cryptid Podcast. 100% recommend. And I do not know when my episode's coming out. So, keep an eye out. I really dig it a lot. He is one of the very rare few people that he's very respectful, and I felt safe enough to open up about some of the experiences I've had in the past. And he was genuinely interested. And the last story that I end up telling, he had given me an idea that Jason Michael had also echoed, and that idea will be becoming a reality. So I won't be saying much other than that, but that has been our earworms for the week. Please let us know what you've been listening to. Throw Jason Michael a suggestion of something you might want to hear in the concert. I know he's already got a set list, but I know for a fact I want to hear God's Dick again because it's a short one. It's a good filler. And good filler. I did that. I didn't even do that on purpose.
God's got a short dick.
Oh, man. All right. Well, let's finally get into... I've got one for us this week. This is something we have bitched about on a multiple times, but we have not...
Ooh, what could it be?
Seriously, we haven't seen any news about it until this week. And the second I saw it, I immediately sent it over to Jason Michael, and I'm pretty sure your response was, who gives a shit? And I was like,
I mean, pretty much.
Pretty much. So they released more information about the Camp Crystal Lake series. Who gives a shit? We will be, according to the news, we will be seeing a teenage Jason Michael.
No, not Jason Michael.
Oh, good. Jason Voorhees. We will be seeing a teenage Jason Voorhees.
Nobody wants to see teenage Jason Michael again.
I feel like your response to me sending you that news is the best response. Like, who gives a shit?
Dude, I get it. It's kind of like after he drowns and what he's been doing since then, but it's like nobody really cares. I don't think anybody in the fan base has been like, yeah, let's see Jason, as a teenager. I've seen an overwhelming, like, hey, let's see Jason in the snow, hence why Never Hike Alone was such a fucking tremendous movie, short film.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Fucking
was like
movie.
right before it, and it ended with Tommy Jarvis, and then 2 was in the snow. God, they're great. I should probably watch them again because it's currently snowing outside and I have to drive soon. Son of a bitch.
Oh, no. But yeah, I mean, it's a dumb... it blows my mind. I have not seen anything positive. I haven't seen a single person be like, I'm really excited for this. Anything in any news, anyone covering this has echoed the same thing. It's an echo chamber of disappointment, and just why? We don't need this.
Yeah,
nobody asked for it. Serialize it, for fuck's sake. Do hour-long episodes. Each episode is just a camp encounter, and you can cover years. I mean, you could do the first episode would be 2025. Episode 2, you could do freaking 1992. Like, you could do so much and just keep Jason and change his appearance depending on the year. That would be more entertaining than watching a bunch of camp counselors fuck the entire time while Pamela walks around pissed off that her kid's dead. Like, nobody gives a shit. It's, this is... We started Creeping It Real to share these, like, exciting newses, and they're just turning into me angry. Like, it's just me being pissed off.
It's fair. Like, I don't understand why we need this. And right before we started recording, I remembered there was also supposed to be a Halloween series. Rob informed me it's been canned. So why are we continuing down this road? It's
failed. I mean, I think the reason they're continuing down the road is the success of the Chucky series that was unceremoniously canceled due to...
Is he still going to space?
I fucking hope so. I mean, if Don has any say about it, that's his plan. He wants to do... He said, if I have the choice to do it, I would make Chucky movies for the rest of my life, but before I die, I'm sending his ass to space. I want to see it. Shark. I think it'd be hilarious. And it's like he's done everything that he can. I mean, you can continue the series anyway that you want to, really. There does come a point where I feel like there's a logical end where a series does need to stop. And you all know how much I love the Child's Play franchise, but it worries me if they were to go farther. I don't want the franchise to get ruined in my eyes, because I mean, I know a lot of people, they fell off around Seed, and I still think Seed's great, but going anything farther than that, it's just, I don't know. I'm down to see him go to space, honestly. That or watch him fight Leprechaun. Just give us the crossover already. I think that would be awesome. But
wasn't Hornswoggle Leprechaun like a WWE superstar? Hornswoggle.
He was. Yeah, I believe that was Leprechaun Origins. That one was terrible too.
That's fucking funny though.
But yeah, I don't know, man. There are, some horror movies have branched out into making series and they've been successful. They did the Purge series, and the Purge series was actually pretty decent. It wasn't great, but it was decent. I mean, it was, Walking Dead, but the Purge. So I think this is the incorrect approach to doing a Friday the 13th or Jason Voorhees series. I don't think that they fully thought this one through, but honestly, once it gets released, that's the only one we'll be able to know. I'm not either. I guess, you know what? Fuck this. We're going to do one more. It's going to be really quick, and it'll be good news. It was announced like a month or so ago, and I just saw news pop up again, and I didn't bring it up, but they have confirmed that Constantine 2 is being made. So there we go. We're going to get a second Constantine movie. We'll make that a happy cap to the end of this, at least. So, neat. Yeah, we've been waiting for that for like 20 years at this point. I feel like I think it's been 20 years.
Is it with Keanu again?
Yeah, Keanu's back. Keanu's producing, co-writing, and acting. So,
yep. Good for him.
Yeah, well, he's been producing a bunch of his stuff recently. But all right,
that's fair.
Well, let's get into this wonderful, fantastic, family-friendly movie.
As we both take sips from cans.
What are you drinking? Beer?
Coke Zero.
Oh, I'm just drinking regular Coke. Nice.
Nice. With extra cocaine.
Yeah, that's why I'm so wired. I just stuttered.
As we stated, the 10-year anniversary of Krampus from 2015, not 14, 2015. Not 14. So back when I saw this for the first time when it came out, I was in a cuddle theater because it was with a ex-girlfriend. So it was really interesting to go into a theater and be like, all right, fuck it. Still wanted to watch the movie though, but that's the theater we found ourselves in. I just don't really remember liking it all that much. And I know I said it's the most divisive episode yet, so it changed my opinion on this watch. I like it a lot.
Okay, I was just saying that we've had way more divisive episodes.
I know, but this one was special to you.
We told each other to get fucked.
I was also trying to set you up for a false sense of security there. Of like, oh fuck, all right, he didn't like it. No, I see it now. It makes complete and utter sense.
Good. I mean, it's hard to hate on any movie with Toni Collette in it. Like, she's just the best. There's not a movie or show that you can put her in that ends up being bad because it's her. I mean, United States of Terra, I still stand by, is like one of the greatest shows. And playing it, she plays a mother with multiple personalities, and it's amazing. Neat. And she plays multiple personalities very well. It's an amazing show. If you've never seen United States of Terra, highly recommend. But I mean, even Hereditary, it's one of the staple roles that people, the younger generation look at. I mean, I always go back to Sixth Sense. She's just. She's so goddamn good. She's such a good actress.
Yeah, but Hereditary is really good.
No, there's no doubt about it. Like, she does such an amazing job playing a mother. And I think it's such a weird role that she does a lot. And anyone can fake, like, I'm a mom and I'm an actress and I'm acting like a mom. It doesn't feel like she's playing a mom role. It feels like she is their mom every time. Even with these ones, like, she's a little bit of a bitch at the beginning. And like the dad, he is so much more like calling his son honey, which I still think is weird, and sweetie. I'm like, I don't know who wrote the script, but I was like, all right, cool. Like, the dad is way more of like the soft parent versus Toni Collette's character. And it works. It works really well. All right. So per usual, let's get into, I actually put down two, because I really liked the fact that I took two different synapses. Yeah, last time. And so I want to do the studio one and then an IMDb reviewer entered one, because those ones are interesting. And this one I feel was pretty spot on. So the studio release, a boy who has a bad Christmas accidentally summons a festive demon to his family home. The studio did not fucking try. They're just like, yep, I disagree. He did not have, they all had a bad Christmas, but it was Christmas Eve, and he had a bad Christmas Eve. Anywho, so the reviewer entered one, which is pretty good.
It says, fuck you, studio, you're wrong.
When his dysfunctional family clashes over the holidays, young Max gets disillusioned and turns his back on Christmas. Meanwhile, this lack of festive spirits unleashes the wrath of KRAMPUS, a demonic force of ancient evil intent on punishing non-believers. All hell breaks loose as beloved holiday icons take on monstrous life of their own, laying siege to the fractured family's home and forcing them to fight for one another if they hope to survive. Fucking Jesus. Spot on. And it's the one thing that as much as I love this movie, I will be the first to admit it's something I overlooked about this movie the first handful of times I watched it, is the fact that this movie stars a fractured family who then all realize everybody has their own benefit, and each character takes over another character's role or embodies part of that, and they really do end up working together. And I think it's a beautiful sign of, like, just because your family are very different and you don't always agree on all things, there's still love and there's still a chance for unity. And I think that's just a beautiful way to look at this movie. And I don't know, in my old age, I'm finding more beautiful things and things that don't actually have that much beauty.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that at all.
Yeah.
It's just not a Christmas horror movie.
The opening of this movie is fantastic, by the way. This is one of the greatest Christmas movies openings ever. in my opinion. I'll fight anyone.
Fair enough. It's also really weird because I thought about it and then it started popping up in my like For You reels and stuff. Yeah. How dated this opening is now. Because Black Friday, everybody trying to kill each other over a fucking TV. Now you go on Black Friday, you can get in and out of Walmart in like 10 minutes.
And that's the best part about this is you ask anyone about the opening, they're like, it's Black Friday. And I'm like, it's not Black Friday. That's Christmas Eve. That's last second shoppers losing their mind. Like,
oh, Jesus.
Keep in mind, so it opens in this amazing, like beautiful music playing over like this slow motion shot of last minute shoppers just annihilating each other. It is so good. And we get
this entire time I thought it was Black Friday.
Yeah, no, you're not alone. I did too for a while. You'll quickly realize why that it's not. So
yeah, all the fucking nativity scenes and decorations.
Right. We get the follow through the store where we see everything. We see more carnage. And then we get to this, Jesus nativity play where Max is just kicking the shit out of a shepherd. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Joseph or whatever. And they're just fighting and it's awesome. And then we get the cut back. Then it cuts to them back at home. So it's Christmas Eve. Max fought somebody. And
as every Christmas Eve should go.
Dude, every nativity play needs a fucking brawl, in my opinion, now after seeing this.
The brawl in Bethlehem.
And, the family argues a little bit about the fight, and Max defends himself and makes a pretty good point of being like, but he was a dick. And you're like, yeah, well, okay, well, maybe don't do that.
Talk shit, get hit.
Yeah. So then Max ends up writing a letter. He talks to his grandmother, who's German, doesn't speak a lick of English. She speaks a little bit. I like something that I really enjoy about this movie. I'm going to be jumping around a bit, and please just cut me off and take over with the spoiler at any point. But something I really enjoy about this movie is the grandmother character and the way that they approach her on screen. Because it's not just let's spoon feed this to you the entire time. There are moments where she's talking and it's subtitled so that us as the viewer know what she's saying. But then anytime Max is with her, Max translates for her. And I think that's one of the most amazing things about it is the fact that him and his grandmother have such an amazing connection, and that you can see that she genuinely like loves and supports him, and he genuinely loves and supports her as well. His dad, that's his mother, and she speaks German to him, and he only responds to her. So we kind of have to piece this together. Like they're one conversation they have. And he's like, Mom, it'll be fine. Calm down. Like whatever. Everybody else in the family looks at her as if she's nuts. Like she's this brittle, old, crazy lady. They lose power at a point in the movie, and they're like, dude, get her out of the fucking fireplace. And she's over there making like proper hot chocolate for everyone. She's like, hot chocolate helps everything. And you're like, I guess, yeah, if you're making an open flame in an old kettle, it's got to be the best I've ever had in my life. But the introduction of the other side of the family. So Toni Collette's sister and her husband and their 4 kids and dog.
I know you're not supposed to like them. They play that role of the family and that character. God damn it, they do it so well. I fucking want to throat punch the cousins the moment they get a hold of Max's letter to Santa.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's they read through that letter, and it's fucking heartbreaking. Mm-hmm. It is so sad.
Hey Santa, my family's fucked. Can you help, please?
Yeah, I wish Mom and Dad were in love like they used to be, and Dad didn't have to work so much. Mm-hmm. That's like, and he wishes him and his sister had this connection back again. And he wishes that, his aunt and uncle were better and, they weren't struggling. And then the sister that's reading, the cousin that's reading, stops and says, no, screw you. Dad doesn't wish we were boys. And it's, it's weird too, because like in that moment, at least for me, before that moment, it didn't register that they were acting or dressed any differently. It just seemed like we've grown up in New England. We see guys and girls like that. Like it's just a normal thing. They're like, oh yeah, you like mudding. Like you enjoy being outside and listening to country music and drinking shitty beer.
And the age they are.
Yeah, and that's but I mean that's the role. The people who enjoy doing that, they have kids and they make little versions of that, and they're just like, yeah, no, you're going to wear Carhartt and your boots, even though you're 5 and you don't have a job.
You have a shotgun rack in the back of your crib. It's fine.
Yeah, it's totally normal. Yeah. But then they fight, and like a physical fight ensues. We also find out that the sister brought their aunt. And man, I know she doesn't listen to this, so I'm just going to fucking say it. I have an aunt exactly like this. She's awful. She's unpleasant to be around, and she's a drunk. So yeah,
everybody's got one.
Yeah. So every time, especially now with my current family situation, I see it and I'm like, yeah, that's 100% this specific aunt of mine. I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. But these actors too are just fantastic. The aunt was played, I forget the character's name, but she was on 2.5 Men. She played the housekeeper.
Oh, that's why I recognized her.
Berta, I think was the character's name on 2.5 Men. But
I know I've seen scenes. I've never seen the entirety of it, but I made the connection.
Yeah,
occasionally when I'd be scrolling through, and I was like, Charlie Sheen, maybe.
Yeah, right. I had watched the original series all the way up until it ended. And then they were like, no, we're going to bring it back. Here's Ashton Kutcher. And we're like, no, nobody asked for this. There's no reason for this. But
that was his winning days, wasn't it? His drinking tiger blood days, Mr. Sheen.
It sure was.
Yee.
Yeah. He's doing much better now up here.
Oh,
the
good.
STDs are still running through his body like the wildfire. Oh yeah, he's HIV positive. He came out.
Oh no, I remember that
years ago. So Charlie Sheen is not in this movie.
Neither is his brother. It's okay.
No. Max gets his letter back and goes up to his room, and his dad talks to him to just let him know it's okay. Like, hey, it's just for a couple of days. I think you should still send that letter to Santa. You've got a little bit of time to get it out. Really just perpetuating the fact that normally at this age, the age that Max is at, kids don't believe in Santa anymore, but he still does. And his grandmother is definitely, the type she has helped him along with, that belief and that standpoint. So Max folds the letter and puts it in an envelope, and then starts to have this thought about this whole situation again. Gets angry, pulls the letter out, rips it up into pieces.
He decides to get it out to Santa in a different way.
Yeah, then he throws it out his window, which is just strange. I mean, I get it. It's the way to make the movie move forward. It's just a weird thing to do. There's probably a trash can next to his desk. Like, he's like, fuck this.
And then he went to his mini fridge under his desk and grabbed a beer bottle and took off the cap and threw it somewhere in his room. It was incredible.
God, yeah. Just threw it on top of the desk instead of in the trash can. Fucking Max, piece of shit. So
reoccurring theme in these episodes, I see. A reoccurring joke.
Yeah. It drives me nuts every time. That starts the whole thing. We get this shot of the scraps of paper floating off, and all hell basically starts to ensue at this point.
Yeah. It turns really terrifyingly beautiful with the visual of a blizzard now spiraling around their house and only their house.
Yep. Yeah. And
all the power goes out.
It kind of expands into the neighborhood as a whole as well. But we get this really cool shot of Krampus dropping down onto a roof. And I love that shot so much because it's practical. There's a handful of shots that are CGI throughout this movie, but they did this as practical as humanly possible. There's a moment of Krampus running rooftop to rooftop that is digitally done. But
this puppet was not doing that.
Yeah, it was done really, really well. The gingerbread men were initially slated to be puppets, and the screen tests didn't work. It didn't translate the way they were wanting it to, so they decided to go the other way with it, which is a bit of a bummer in comparison to everything else that unfolds in the movie, all being done practically.
I think that was a big hit in 2015 for me as well, because I was expecting, again, shit on the level of Trick or Treat and seeing more of like that practical type stuff. Yeah. And then it was like, one of the main things is the gingerbread men when they come down the chains in the chimney and they're jumping out on fire, and it's like, Oh, okay. 2015 CGI. Got it.
Right. So the power, as you stated, the power does go out. The sister is nervous because she has a boyfriend, and they text because they're teenagers, and he hasn't responded. She's texted him 9 times, and she hasn't heard from him once. She asks if she can go up the street, because he lives up the street, to go make sure he's okay, and she's allowed to do thusly. She's the first to go. So we get the shot of her walking through the blizzard and hearing jingle bells, and then a thud, and she looks up to the roof, and this is when we see Krampus on the roof, and she freaks the fuck out, as you
It
should.
also goes from day blizzard to night blizzard instantly. Like, she walks into the night blizzard, so definitely fucking disorienting. And then seeing a gigantic cloaked goat man. Hell no.
No, absolutely not. So she runs up the street, and this is the shot I had just mentioned, where Krampus is running and jumping from rooftop to rooftop. And I love the fact that, like, you know that it was done digitally, but you can't tell that it was done digitally because the snow is so heavy.
It's still convincing.
Yeah, it's done very well. And I feel like with things like that, cover up as much as you can so that it translates better, especially when you know for a fact you're utilizing so much practical effects.
Yeah.
It looks better, in my opinion.
It doesn't necessarily break the illusion of the movie.
Right. She ends up pulling up on a delivery truck that was previously at the house, had dropped off a couple of boxes. There was a giant red sack on the like a Santa sack.
Must have been the boys in brown.
Yeah, must have been the boys in brown. And I love the sister and husband being like, why is it that all the rich people get free shit? Like, it's like, oh, well, yeah. So she hides under the truck. The delivery guy is frozen in fear. I mean, literally frozen in fear, dead. And so she hides under the truck, and Krampus drops down, which is, seeing his hooved feet is awesome.
Horrifying.
It's also awesome if you own the Blu-ray or DVD, especially if you own the quote-unquote unrated version Blu-ray. The special features, they added more. And
more hooves?
They ended up showing how they did a bunch of the practical, including the fact that there was just somebody who had 2 hooves on a Kaboom. That's how they did it. I was like, that's fucking fantastic. Yeah. I love everything about that. And she is real quiet, and then a present is dropped, and it happens to be like a Jack-in-the-Box, and it starts playing on its own, and then it opens, and for a split second we see something, and then she screams bloody murder, and that is the last time we see her until the end of the movie.
It's true. It's also terrifying what we see come out of that Jack-in-the-Box later in this movie.
Yeah, and I absolutely love the fact that we don't fully see it in this scene, and it's a normal sized Jack-in-the-Box. And what we end up getting later, now I've seen this movie so many times, it grows when it feeds, and I think that's amazing. It's
Makes
the
sense.
Smallest little thing, but I'm like, this is fantastic. Like, more they really thought this through, this ridiculous plot. They really thought it through. So we get back to the house, and the drunk aunt is, watching the kids, showing them how to make fucking boozy drinks. Lets the silent chubby boy lets him have a sip. That kid has a weird mouth. I just wanted to put that out there. Like, yeah, it's like he has like these,
except for he doesn't make noise at all.
No, he looks like he would like he breathe. He looks like a loud breather. But
yep.
Like that.
Oh, buddy.
Sit down.
He's the Augustus Gloop of this movie. He actually goes up a pipe too. So
yeah, it's true. The dads decide that they need to, the daughter. They haven't heard from the daughter. They need to go find her, and they're going to venture out themselves in a Hummer. Because,
dude, that's like a Hummer H-12. That thing is yoked. That's a Hummer on roids, dude.
I also love, they go out, and he's just like, we've got to be armed. And he opens the back of the Hummer, and there's like a gun locker built into the fucking the boot of the thing. It's wild.
You can hear the banjos playing in the background. It's great.
I really wish you could. Like, that would be if he opened it and it was just like, ding, 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 ding.
Or like the steel guitar with the hawk screech. Just to show you how country southern we are.
Or we just get like a disembodied voice that just says America, and then an eagle scream. Like, where did that come from?
Krampus in the background.
Yeah, they end up going out to the boyfriend's house, which the door is busted open, windows are busted. The inside of the house is basically a tundra. We don't end up seeing anybody. We do see some blood and a gingerbread man stabbed to the refrigerator with a knife, much like Bob in Halloween when Michael does to him. Every time I see it, I'm like, Halloween. There's a Halloween reference in a Christmas movie. This is fantastic.
There you go.
And the uncle just says, I think it's like twisted bastards.
Little does he know, but he'll soon find out.
Oh boy, howdy does he ever. They don't find anything and they leave, and that's when a lot of shit starts going south. Things are like the sandworms in Beetlejuice living in the snow and moving amongst them, or a better reference that doesn't invoke the name of Tim Burton, like Tremors. Yeah, the graboids from Tremors.
Honestly, I don't know why you didn't go there first. I was like, really going to Beetlejuice with this? All right.
Fucking, yeah, low-hanging fruit. Sorry.
Hang on. That's twice we've said the name.
Uh-oh. Beetlejuice.
And now joining the call, Michael Keaton.
I would die. I would be so happy. I'd be like, oh, you're amazing. Do more movies like Birdman.
Attorney at Law?
No. Also a good show.
Come on. I was like, you're really just gonna shrug your shoulders at that one.
Did you get that thing I sent you? I freaking love that. For those of you who know that reference, you understand me. We are friends. So they encounter a bunch of jackassery, get hurt, get scared, get back to the house. Yeah, a lot of gunshots go off. The sissy dad, if you will, Max's dad ends up saving. Yes, thank you. Ends up saving the hillbilly, but
David
we are led
Kushner or something. I never know how to say his last name.
Me neither. It's the sports broadcaster from Anchorman, if you're curious.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays the same character in every movie. It's just he's just that guy. So the directing wise, we're led to believe that Max's dad shot him because he's being pulled under the snow, and nope, they're fine. Well, they're not fine, but he doesn't kill him.
He's bleeding profusely.
Yeah. So they go back to the house. Everyone's flipping burgers. No daughter still, obviously.
Nona making a fire saying, keep the fire going.
Yes. And that's when Toni Collette's like, can you get her away from the fire before she hurts herself or burns the house down? And Max doesn't listen. And then she's still doing it. And she like yells at both of them basically. And then she turns around and she's just like, hot chocolate makes everything better. It's like, you're a rock star. Well, you're the best grandma ever.
Thanks,
and
Nona.
so everyone just kind of like gathers together. And this is the big turning point for unity in this family. They all are gathered around. Again, she was right, and she is right this entire movie, by the way. Hot chocolate does bring people together, brings peace to an otherwise hectic situation. They all decide to start planning things out, and they wind down. The kids need to go to sleep, so the kids go to sleep. And they're listening to Christmas music on a tablet. They still don't have power. Tablet dies. Really good time to die, too, the way they end that song. And then everybody's asleep. We hear bells and giggling and chains, and a chain is lowered down the chimney, and we hear yoo-hoo from one of the voices. And the kid who doesn't have a single speaking line in the entire movie.
Nope.
I mean, even the baby cries. Like, this kid makes...
I think this kid screams while he's in the chimney, but I think that's it.
Yeah, that's true. But, yeah, he does scream.
If he was silent during this, maybe he deserved it, the psychopath.
Right? He just breathes heavily. The whole thing is so mean.
That's the movie.
Yeah, but he wasn't in a fat suit. That's just what he looks like.
That's a movie.
I wonder what he looks like. It's been 10 years. I'm curious
what
he looks
like
him now. So the chain is lowered. He wakes up. He sees a gingerbread man on the end of it, picks it up.
Damn, he looks like old Neville Longbottom. I'm kidding.
That wouldn't surprise me at all if you were serious. Finds takes a bite out of the gingerbread man's head. The gingerbread man snaps to life and starts screaming, and then jumps off of the chain and wraps the chain around the kid, and then pulls on the chain, and the kid is
flying up the chimney.
This is one of my favorite, like, tiny moments in this movie that, without fail, every time I laugh. He gets pulled and he falls down, and then he gets pulled into the chimney, and there is the cartoon bonk noise as his head goes in. And then he gets just yeeted up the chimney. And every time it cracks me up, because I'm like, they legitimately added a cartoon noise into this moment in the movie.
I'm pretty sure there's like a slip sound at some point too.
There is. It's so good. And whoever did the editing for that specific scene, because it's not done at any other point in this movie. It's only done during that moment. And I think I know why. And it's because the sister is a teenager. We don't see what happens to her, right? It's alluded to that she's dead. This is a child, and it's the first child that's being attacked. And we don't see what happens to him, but we do see that he's being chained and pulled through a chimney, like up a chimney. Yeah. And I feel like they looked at it and they said, we need to lighten the blow of the fact that we're about to kill a kid on screen in a PG-13 movie. And so they were like, how do we do that? And they're like, find sound effects from Scooby-Doo and just add it in there. And so they did. But he gets pulled up the chimney. Everyone wakes up when he screams. His dad tries to get to him in time, and it just does not work. He gets pulled up to the chimney. We get a little poof of snow down, and then his shoe that I can only assume smells terrible falls down. And
by the way, I found him. He's a Maverick Flack. And he's only been in Krampus.
That's his real name?
Yep. Maverick Flack.
What a wild name. Apparently we're not the only ones, because somebody said Maverick Flack movies.
Krampus. That's it.
That's insane. Well, we learned something new today.
The more you know.
One movie in 2015. It was just like, yep, that was it. That was it for me. I'm never doing this again.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, maybe he was afraid of getting typecast. Maybe his parents were, because you look at the actor that played Thurman Merman from Bad Santa, he got typecast, and he ended up in like 2 more movies after that, and he played basically the same character, and then disappeared for a while, and then came back for Badder Santa as like an adult. And it's wild because it's the same actor, and I was like, holy shit, he looks the same. He's just very tall now.
Imagine you've probably walked past him in your life, Mr. Right? Maverick Flack.
Maverick Flack. So this is really the beginning of the insanity. While he gets pulled up, a candle gets knocked over, the tree gets lit up, most of the presents get lit up. Max runs and grabs the fire extinguisher and puts out the flames. There's just a mad chaos of, we need to get out there, we need to go find him, we need to save him, but there's not much anyone really can do.
We get a bit of a this is my fault kind of thing, because the uncle he was supposed to be up first, taking the first night shift and watch. He fell asleep. And then he thinks it's his fault. And then Nona goes, no, it's actually my fault. And we get this super cool, like, stop motion-y 2D animation, just backstory for Nona, explaining her upbringing and how she stopped believing in Christmas, and then how Krampus came and fucked up her family and basically left her there as the one survivor to be like, keep believing, little one. Pat, pat. Now shoot her shoe off to bed.
Gave her a bell, a Krampus bell. It says Krampus on it, and it has the
don't fuck up or Krampus will get you.
Yeah, and then she produces the bell to show everyone, like, I have it still, which is real.
It's
sad.
real.
And
I promise.
Earlier in the movie, they were like, oh, she always gets weird this time of year. We don't know why. She's never told us.
And now you do.
Now we know. I do love the fact that they went claymation, stop motion claymation with it, because I was like, they were really like trying to pull in everything that most people watch for Christmas and enjoy for Christmas.
Yep.
Playing to all of the claymation Christmas movies that are out there.
And it's also something not a lot of people do in their movies, like casually going about a movie, all of a sudden, bam, fucking stop motion animation. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah. No, it's an amazing break from the craziness. It also
the Christmas carnage.
Yeah. The way that this movie is laid out, it never feels, I mean, it's not a long movie, but it just doesn't feel like a long movie. Everything's segmented off perfectly. I mean, we get the backstory so quickly of Max and his family just in the opening alone.
Yep.
We are then very quickly introduced to the white trash side of the family. We get to know all of their characters very quickly as well.
Yeah, very quickly you learn to not like them.
Yeah. And then we get shit goes south, and it's the layout of the actual family side of the movie is very short in comparison to everything that follows, because it's Max rips letter, throws out window, snap your fingers, here's fucking chaos. Like they do not pussyfoot around it. They don't like slowly lead you into it. They're just like, here it is.
Yeah.
it's amazing.
We start getting the monsters one by one too.
Yeah, I did skip over that Max throws the letter out and then they go to bed and they wake up Christmas morning.
And there's snowmen out front.
Those are the most fucked snowmen. And he just comes out and he's like, there's snowmen in the yard. And they're like,
what do you mean?
And he's like, who built them? And they're like, I don't know. Like,
some guy on a snowmobile just drove away. It was crazy.
Yeah. It's just it's so weird. And it's just looked over. The whole family is just, I hate it when they do that in movies where they ignore the kid. They're like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, they're the one that listen.
That explains why you like Child's Play so much.
Yeah, no one listens to fucking kids, man. Drives me nuts.
The Babadook.
Yeah, well, that's the mom's fault. That's 100% the mom's fault. So that's such a good movie. We should cover that at some point.
Let's bring it back.
Right. So the kid goes, the fire lights up everything. That's where we're at. The aunt decides that she needs to try and salvage some of these presents to try and, give something to the kids that have not been, eaten out in public or dragged up a chimney to calm everybody down.
Yep.
And Toni Collette is just like, okay, fine. Yeah, I guess that's a good idea, but let's do it elsewhere. So they bring everything up to the attic, which is amazing. This is the best thing ever.
Rob just relaxed like it's comfort food.
Dude, it is.
He shimmied down a little.
I love practical stuff and I love puppets.
Dude, it's tremendous.
They are twisted. It's the best thing ever. So they're up there getting the presents together. And why did they leave the attic? Because they left the attic and then came back and the presents were busted open.
I think they just left them up there and then all came back downstairs. And then the two cousins were going to find a new bathroom or something. And then they hear the voice calling them from upstairs and they go upstairs.
They end up leaving the attic for some reason after bringing the gifts up there. The two sisters end up hearing their voice being called. And
by the older sister.
Yep,
they thought they found her.
Yep. So they go up there and that's the last we really see of it for a hot second until their mom and Tony go upstairs. They see all of the presents have been busted open from the inside. They're all like blown out. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what is that? And then we hear this jingly, guttural,
squelchy noise.
Yeah, I guess it's the best way. It's like digesting sounds, but outside the body.
A sklorp, if you will.
And they turn and look and like, what is that? And we see the box from the Jack in the Box and something that is getting gradually larger that is outside of it. And we get the full view of this predator-mouthed Jack in the Box with many rows of teeth and the wettest mouth ever, just swallowing legs, what's remaining of one of the sisters whole.
Basically the size of Jabba the Hutt now. Shoving
it down down its throat. It is so glorious. I love this so much. Makes me so fucking uncomfortable. I love it.
I love how it's just the only thing the family could do is just sit there and watch because they have no fucking clue how to process what they're looking at. So it's just, and it forces us to watch it too, which makes it even better because it's like, oh no, this is fucked. And you're all going to just sit back and relax and enjoy it.
They do eventually end up like the fear hits them and they scream.
Yeah.
And the thing just kind of turns and looks at them like, dude, chill out. Like I'm just, I was fucking
just having a
hungry.
midnight snack. God damn.
Yeah. And we get to see like just the unhingedness. Now, this is what is so fucking cool about this is like Big Bird style puppetry. Like there is a person inside this puppeting the mouth, puppeting the hands, its movements, all of it. It's amazing. And literally every and any movie company out there, any director and all producers need to look at this movie from this point forward and be like, yes, I understand CGI is a way that we can make something look exactly how we want it in our head.
It never translates fully.
Yeah.
Unless it's like in the background, it could be convincing, but like there's always that little, nope, there it is.
The one of the greatest things ever was Tom Savini had said, about practical effects was you have a vision of what you want to do and how you want something to look. But sometimes those things don't come out the way you want, but what you end up getting is way better. There were certain practical effects he had worked on mask wise, wolf transference, human to werewolf, and like rotten flesh in certain zombie films where he was like, I wanted it to look like this, but I couldn't really figure out how to get it to look like that. But so I messed around with a bunch of stuff and I made it look too real. Yeah. And, he photographed wars. So he'd seen real death. He'd seen people burned from napalm. Like he knows what this stuff looks like, and trying to find a way to make these things look the way he had seen them in real life. They almost never came out the way he wanted them to, but they always looked way better than what he was envisioning. And I think that's what production companies need to think about, is the fact that just because you have an idea doesn't mean that CGI is going to be the ticket to make it look exactly how you want it to. Yeah. The real ticket to make it look how you want it to, and then better, is to hire a crew to make something practically, because the practical is so good. The concept photos for this Jack in the Box versus what we got is 10 times more frightening. It is. The concept photos are awesome. Don't get me wrong. They're really cool looking, but they're just cool looking. This is nightmare fuel. I watch this movie every year. Since 2015, when this movie came out, there has not been a year that's passed that I haven't watched it. I've watched it every single year that's passed since then. And every year I get excited and then immediately a little freaked out once I see this, because I'm like, I can't wait to see it again. And I see it and I'm like, I'm unsafe. Like, this is not okay. So
also in the attic, there's the other puppets that show up. There's the deranged looking creepy teddy bear and an angel that is fucking nuts.
So the Jack in the Box attacks the mom, and then the mom and Tony are fighting it. And then all of a sudden we hear a screech, and the camera does this insane pan up to see an angel, like an angel doll that's up in the rafters of the attic, and it just swoops down and attacks her. And it has, yet again, it's a puppet. The angling is done so well so you can't see the person working the puppet. And we get the gnarliest fucking tongue out of that thing when it tries to lick her. It's just like, it looks like a red rocket. It's awful. So while that's happening, then Tony's husband comes upstairs to see this and tries to help her. And then we get a bear pops out and bites her because they've gotten the angel off. And then out of nowhere, a rejected puppet from Toy Soldiers pops out of nowhere. We get this fucked up robot and it stabs him a whole bunch of times. It's just chaos. The Jack in the Box gets away, which I think is outside of Krampus, is this Jack in the Box is the real big bad of this movie. It bangs its way into a grate and goes into the air vents. We get a shot back downstairs. Everyone's back downstairs, and Max has the idea to let the dog go up into the air vents. while this is actually, rewind, while all of this is happening in the attic, downstairs, the gingerbread men have reared their cute, psychotic little asses. And White Trash Daddy has a shotgun and is trying to fight these things off. He gets shot in the leg with a nail gun, which is unbelievable.
It's very Small Soldiers-y.
Yeah. It's just an amazing thing. I fucking love Small Soldiers. I said Toy Soldiers. Small Soldiers. I love that movie.
I was like, Toy Story, Small Soldiers.
That's a crossover that should happen. Could you imagine?
I mean, it basically is just Small Soldiers.
Yeah, but imagine when Sid, when Woody finally reveals himself to Sid, the second movie is just this nightmare where all of Andy's toys just go after every bad kid in the fucking neighborhood and just lay waste to the town.
Just imagine if Sid met Chip Hazard.
Yeah. There's a snake in your boot for real. Yeah. So he ends up killing 2 of the 3 of the gingerbread men. One of them jumps towards him and then the dog eats him. It's one of those.
And then this is when Max sends Rosie up into the vent to go and hunt down the giant Jack-in-the-Box thing.
Yep.
Which, funnily enough, she does.
Yeah. There's this whole moment where everything that was in the attic comes down, and one by one, minus the Jack-in-the-Box, everything gets destroyed. The robot gets smashed. The angel gets shot. I love the fact that it's so clearly a zip line.
Mm-hmm.
It gets shot into a wreath and then just does like the freeze frame and then falls out. It's so good. Then the teddy bear gets blasted through the head. It squeaks and it's got like blood and everything and it's inside of it. That's amazing. And right as they're about to fucking kill the Jack-in-the-Box, Nona looks out the window and goes, "Oh no, elves." And the windows get smashed, and these masks are unsettling. But all of these terrifying elves come jumping through the window.
You're running behind the snowmen earlier.
Fully seeing them is horrifying. One of them runs up to the Jack-in-the-Box and like wraps a chain around it, and like the Jack-in-the-Box like hugs it and closes his eyes. Every time this scene happens, I'm like, why is he closing his eyes? Like, it's just like, he's
about to get X-filled out the fucking window, dude.
Well, I just imagine that it's the guy who was working the puppet was like, all right, what do I do at this moment? And like, he was like, oh, if I do this, then maybe I can do this. And he accidentally closed the eyes or whatever. But I just find it amusing because every time he's just like, oh, I have a full belly. Now I get to go home. Like, so Jack-in-the-Box gets yeeted out, and then the drunk aunt ends up being pulled out as well. Before she swears, she doesn't actually get it out. She gets yeeted out the window, cartoon style. I love it. It's fantastic.
Then Howard jumps on one of them, basically like, nope, gotta go help him, gotta go, and gets pulled out the window as well.
Yeah, Howard jumps on the Jack-in-the-Box and goes out the window as well. And yeah. Max's dad's just like, oh, great. Like, it's just so disappointing. He's like, now what are we supposed to do? The only unhinged one of us is gone. Like, he really wanted his daughter back. One of the daughters survived, did not get eaten.
It was just all like Invasion of the Body Snatchers in like a cotton candy thing, cocoon.
Yep. So they realize they make the quick plan before he jumps on the Jack-in-the-Box and goes out, that there is a plow truck that still had the keys in it, and they think if they can get to the plow truck is big enough and strong enough, it can get them out of the area. So they end up taking off. It's Tony, her husband, the aunt, the one sister, the elves also take the baby, and Max. And they venture out into the blizzard to try and get there. And Nona stays behind, says that she has to, which is so, it's the one overlooked thing about this movie that it's the only thing about this movie that drives me a little crazy, is the fact that they're like screaming like, Nona, no. And she's just like, I have to stay. Like, I have to end this, and like shuts the door.
Fuck you.
But as they do that, they go to a wide shot where this enormous bay window that was just smashed out is still smashed out, and not a single person was like, somebody just jump through the fucking window and grab this crazy old bat and bring her with us. Like, they're just like, well, she made her choice, I guess we're gonna go. And they just
at this point, shit's fucked, man.
Yeah. So they end up trudging through the blizzard, and we get the graboids or whatever happens to be under the snow, because we never actually see what's under there. Which I kind of enjoy. There's part of me that wishes I knew what it was. I assume due to the few noises we do end up hearing that they're the elves, but I'm not sure. You know? So the dad ends up like whatever's under there is circling, and he's just firing. He's like, go, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to try and hold this thing back, sacrificing himself. And he runs out of shells and turns around and just says that he loves them, and then he gets pulled under the snow.
Dude, he gets yanked down hard.
Yeah.
And this starts an entire scene of like the family literally getting pulled down and devoured one by one. And it's just like sound. All you can hear is just the sound of what's happening. You can't see it, but the sound is horrible.
It's so good. So the aunt gets taken next, and then Tony gets her niece and her son to the truck, and then she tells Max that she loves him, and then she gets yoinked underground, and then they can't get the truck started, and then he's just like, even if I can get it started, I don't know how to drive stick. And then the elves show up, and they take his cousin, and then he fights an elf, and then runs out, and then gets grabbed by Krampus, and it's just amazing.
So while Nona's still in the house, we finally get the reveal of Krampus as we hear it slowly coming down the chimney and then rearing its horns out of the chimney.
You cannot skip over the fact that the chimney itself bows out and breaks as he comes down. Dude, it's so good because, again, it's not CGI.
No, they see it in the boyfriend's house, and they're like, oh, must have been some pretty big squirrels. It's like, that's a fucking massive squirrel, dude.
Yeah.
But we watch it all buckle out, and then the giant horns followed by the gigantic, monstrous hands, and then the gigantic, haunting, dead-looking Santa face. I will say, I love this design. I understand, like, it's supposed to be emotionless. If the face just, like, slightly moved, like breathing or jaw stretching or, like, any sort of twitch here and there, I would have loved it. But, like, looking at it, I love it, but I just look at it and go,
I really
give it a bit of life.
the fact that it is just an open mouth with the most haggard teeth. I really like that it's very frozen in place, doesn't articulate it at all, because at the end of the day, Krampus doesn't need to talk.
No, and I'm not saying he needs to talk. It's more so the fact of it's like, it's still in some way could, like, because it's a creature versus, I don't know. It was just something that in my mind was like, maybe that would push it over the edge of like, yeah. Yeah,
I mean, I think with the way most of this, the creatures in this movie were designed, it was to add some humanity in a way to things, or add terror to things that are generally not scary. So to mix the two things together, where, you know, most of the artist renderings, or all artist renderings of Krampus, are very goat-like, or ram-like even in some photos, where this one was, let's mix the two. Let's mix Santa and Krampus into one, so that there's this level of like, this is almost human, but it's not there. Like, even when we get the close-up of his sunken in goat eyes, like, his eyes aren't human. It's just the nose and mouth portion of him that are fully like, this is a distorted human face. I think, at least for me, it makes it a lot more frightening, because it's just, you could have a goat face and it wouldn't have the same impact. It was when you first see that face, you're like, no thank you. Like, I don't like it. If it was a goat face, you'd be like, oh, okay, cool, it's Krampus. That's a really big guy. So yeah, and we don't really, I mean, we know what happens to Nona. You know, Krampus
he opens a bag of toys and they all jump out at her.
Yeah, did you perchance freeze the frame to see all of the additional crazy toys? We get to see them twice. No. There's a bunch of really cool ones, like a Nutcracker and like a Raggedy Ann style doll and stuff. It's pretty cool. Those are also CGI for good reason, but very well done. So Nona gone, all parents gone, cousin and Max are the last two there, and Max is literally apologizing to Krampus, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean this, I just wanted everyone to be happy, and then tries to sacrifice himself to save his cousin. And you get the most amazing fake out ever, where Krampus like looks around, the elves all look around, the elves look at Krampus, and then he just starts laughing, and the elves just push her into this giant hole that's opened in the ground, and Krampus, one-handed basketball player style, just picks him up by the top of his head and is laughing at him. We also there's a weird thing with tongues in this one. We get to see Krampus's elongated tongue. Yeah. And he just says that he's sorry and that he wanted everyone to be happy again, and Krampus drops him into the hole. It's amazing. My very first time ever seeing this movie, I was like, this is exactly what I needed. And then we get the next morning where Max wakes up screaming in his bed, and you're like,
Day 3.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
Heavy diesel pepper up in this limousine.
Yeah, buddy. So he goes downstairs and everyone is just honky-dory and happy, and the cousins are being still dicks, but like kind because it's Christmas Day. And he does the general like, I love you, that we get in all those movies where, you know, they learned a lesson, and he hugs his mom and he hugs his dad, and Nona hands him a rather old-looking package. He opens it up, and it is his own Krampus bell.
He was given it earlier with Krampus, and then he threw it back saying, I take back my wish.
Yep. And the best part about this is you go, oh no.
And so do everyone else.
It dawns on everyone. They're like, oh, holy fuck. Oh, holy fuck. They all remember the night prior. And Christmas music starts playing and the camera starts pulling out. And we find out that they are in a snow globe, and the camera continues to pull out, and there are lots of houses in snow globes, and it continues to pull out, and there's a giant fucked up warehouse filled with snow globes that have houses in them. And then for those of you who listen to this entire episode and have not seen this movie before, this is your warning, because then you get a jump scare of all the toys we didn't see previously. And that, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends, is 2015's Krampus. I love this movie.
Ho, ho, ho.
Bloody Legend. I want to go out and just be real about this one. The Bloody Legend for the week for this one is 100% the crew that worked on the practicals, and all of the puppet masters that worked the puppets. People who make practical effects need to be given way more credit than is due. I mean, even with the Alien TV show, Alien Earth, you know, the xenomorph for most scenes was somebody in a suit. And it's amazing to see that, like, even now in 2025, 10 years after this movie came out, we're still getting this return to practical, because we need it. And fans
in the day and age of AI and everything being done by computer, some good old shit being done by hand is quite nice and a relief to see in this day and age.
Yeah. So the Bloody Legend of the week is anyone that worked on the practicals and worked the practicals, the puppets and such. With all of that being said, on a scale of 1 to 10, giving an overweight child alcohol, what would you give 2015's Krampus? It shouldn't be giving children alcohol. It's not good.
I will say, from what I remember of this movie back in 2015 and not liking it, if you asked me back then, probably would say somewhere around like a 3 or a 4, maybe. I don't know why. I just really did not like this movie when I first saw it. Now, like I said last week, I will be going into this completely open-minded and completely like fresh slate, never seeing it before. And I mean, I can see the heart. I can see, yes, you're really not supposed to like the other half of the family, so they do a great job in selling that. The practical's great. I'm going to have to give it a solid 9.
Fuck yes. I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah. What about children being fed alcohol in yummy peppermint schnapps form? 1 out of 10 for you.
It's a 10. I'm not even going to beat around the bush on it. It's a 10. I love this movie. It's a yearly watch for me. I watch it every single year without fail.
Being added.
I genuinely love this movie for this time of year. I mean, I have a very short list. I hate Christmas. I hate this time of year, but I do enjoy the movies that I do watch this time of year, this being one of them, Child's Play being another, Bad Santa being one, Elf being the other, and then finally, the greatest of all time, the GOAT itself, A Christmas Story. I love A Christmas Story. I will watch that movie on repeat. I'll put that 24-hour bitch on and just let it play. I'll fall asleep on the couch watching it. It's such a good movie.
That's completely fair. This has definitely been added to the repertoire with our Patreon episode of Silent Night, Deadly Night. So that's being added as well as I watched Terrifier 3 the other day. Felt great in the Christmassy mood. And of course, Jim Carrey's The Grinch. I really have a sweet spot for that one.
Hate that movie.
That's fine.
I also don't like Jim Carrey. So
and at the same point, you could go watch the cartoon one, narrated by Boris Karloff, baby.
I do watch that one. Well, it's not on the list. I watched it again this year. I was like, oh yeah, this is a good one. And Boris Karloff is the tits. He's a greatest.
His voice is very underutilized. Frankenstein, but still. God, I would love to just listen to the narration of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein in his voice. That'd be cool. But now that we are done officially with Winter Horrorland, season 3 of Winter Horrorland, it was half and half, actually, now that I think about it.
Literally.
Yep. Because Werewolf of Snow Hollow, looking back on it, thinking back on it, and then Black Mountain Ridge or The Thing attempt, That I looked at some of the reviews. That's what people were praising it for, was the fact of it was drawing influence and being like The Thing. It was straight up ripoff of The Thing at parts, and at other parts, just go watch the fucking Thing.
Yeah, and it wasn't like ripoff in like big portions. It was like the opening was almost shot for shot. The opening of The Thing, but
Dynamite, he just didn't yell, yeah, well, fuck you too.
It was terrible. What a piece of shit.
But on the bright side, we were saved by Let It Snow and Krampus. All in all, I don't think it was a bad Winter Horrorland. I don't think we've had a bad Winter Horrorland. I think we've had almost equally as divisible Winter Horrorland so far.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm excited for next year. Hopefully we can find some gems. I really enjoyed watching stuff we'd never seen before.
Yeah,
I think that was great.
We're going to have to really dig deep because I don't know if there's many. I mean, this month has proved me wrong, but I don't know if there's many that would be good still. Winter horror movies that we haven't seen.
But there are plenty. Because my research, these were the 3 that I gave you. There's a longer list.
Yeah.
I found quite a bit because I did some research. Yeah. So you'll have to wait till next year.
As it being the end of Winter Horrorland, that means we are going back for the next month into the suffering, picking up where we left off, however the fuck you say it, with Rob's dice roll of Meat Cleaver Massacre from 1977. Again, you can watch it on Tubi, the Roku channel, Amazon Prime for free, AMC Plus, YouTube TV, Sling TV, Philo, and then rent it at a bunch of other places. But this is the one where we've had a real shit run recently. So maybe this will be a good one.
I'm excited. Personally, I'm very excited for this one.
We had Kiss Meets the Phantom, and then it was just everything else in the dungeon or so fucking far down below the dungeon.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to say I have high hopes. I don't have anything other than excitement for this one just because of the year and the budget. And
this looks like it could be a schlocky good time, dude.
It looks like it could be a lot of fun. Like I'm getting like Slumber Party Massacre feels from the trailer of this. I'm very excited to see this.
Dude, better part is if this is actually good, then we can actually tell the suckers what the joke name for it being out of the dungeon will be, because I censored that motherfucker.
It's going to be so good.
You'll just have to tune in next week to find out. But of course, before we do go, thank you very much, everybody, for listening. As always, thank you to our wonderful sponsor, Gore Clown Shop. And of course, all you wonderful suckers out there, thank you again for listening. It's been a tremendous year. Our next episode will be in 2026. It's weird to think about.
It is very strange.
It's already 2026. But
Weird.
before you do anything else after the end of this episode, please go follow all of our socials on Instagram. I don't even think we have X anymore, but we have Facebook.
Nope.
We have Threads. Do we still have TikTok?
Yeah, we sure do.
Sweet.
And
we also
please go follow that TikTok because you're going to start seeing our faces on there a lot more.
Mm-hmm. You know what we also have? We also have twitch.tv/spoiler sleepover, where there have been some streams recently happening up there. So go check that out for live streams, as well as go over to our YouTube, where you'll find all these episodes and soon to be the streams in different edited form. So definitely go check that out. So with all
And
that
if you would like any extra content, if you feel like the one episode a week isn't enough, go over and give us a subscribe on our Patreon. And the link to that is
patreon.com/spoiler sleepover podcast.
every Monday you get a spew from me. I go
Gross.
to the movies every single Monday, except for this Monday. Sorry about that. I had other family plans. So unless something else comes up, I'm at the movie theaters every Monday also. So, yeah, please
Nice.
give us a subscription. We pocket none of the money. All of that goes right back into the podcast.
It's true. So, until the return to the suffering next week, suckers.
Sleep
Sleep tight,
suckers.
suckers.
Ho, ho, ho.
2026.
Back to the suffering.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Spoiler Sleepover, but the fun won't stop there. Go follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, and if you have any episode ideas, please send them our way at spoilersleepover@gmail.com. That'd be really fantastic of you. So, until next week, sleep tight, suckers!
Spoiler Sleepover is sponsored by Gore Clown Shop.
Do you love all things horror? Books? Movies? Podcasts? Of course you do. Well, come on down to goreclown.com.
Original artwork by an indie horror fan for indie horror fans.
Use code SLEEPOVER at checkout to save 15% on your whole purchase.
Oh, and did we mention? Gore Clown is the only place to get official Spoiler Sleepover merch.
So don't forget to use SLEEPOVER to save 15%.
Stay indie, suckers.